YouTube channel. I'm stoked for this video. Number one, because I'm posting a video on YouTube. You never know when that's gonna happen. I like to keep you on your toes. Really, I'm just terrible at being consistent on YouTube. But alas, I'm excited for this video because you and I, over on Instagram DMs, have been chatting a lot about books, fiction books, which is new for me, and the Amazon Kindle. Also, my dogs are coming. I can hear them. Yep, okay. So we might have a visitor. Yep, hi Harley. Would you like to say hello? Don't spill my coffee, okay? I love you so much. I'm gonna film this video, okay? I don't want you to drink this coffee. You're crazy enough. Okay, so I am so excited to make this video for you guys. I tried to just do it as an Instagram highlight. His head is still in the frame, huh? Yeah. I tried to just make an Instagram highlight about my Kindle experience, because I've been getting a lot of questions about it. But to be honest, it was just too much to do like in stories. So I was like, let me just make a quick YouTube video just explaining what Kindle I got, why I got it, how I'm using it, how I'm liking it, all of that good stuff. I do have notes with me on my phone as well as the exact Kindle that I have. I have like the make and model and all that pulled up so I can tell you. So I'm gonna do my very dang best to not make this video all over the place. But this is my very casual review of the Kindle Paperwhite. Cool? Cool. So grab a nice coffee. You saw that I have one. Probably I don't need it, but I wanted it. So let's get into all things Kindle, okay? Also, y'all know that I don't really YouTube that much. So I'm trying my best to look down here and not up here because I have like a flip up. So if my eyes look a little bit crazy, it's because I don't know where I'm looking. So let's see, I got my Kindle on June 19th, and let me just give you a little backstory. I used to be such a snob when it came to reading. I did not consider e-readers or audiobooks like a good reading experience. I hadn't even tried them, but I was like, ew, no. Like, I have to have the actual book in order for it to be like a solid reading experience. Girl, what were you thinking, first of all? I've grown as a reader, okay? So that's no longer the case, obviously, but that's just kind of my backstory. I was just like, no thank you when it comes to an e-reader. I just wanted nothing to do with it. I had tried using the Kindle app on my iPad in the past, and I didn't enjoy it. I used to have a Kindle like right when they first came out, and I tried so hard to get into it, but I was just always a physical paper book kind of gal. So keep that in mind as you're watching this video, because maybe you're in the same boat. So listen to what I have to say, because I've been in your shoes, okay? So the Kindle that I got, I decided to get it because my husband and I went on vacation last month, almost 2 months ago now, which is insane. We went to Hawaii. We were there for like 11 days. The flight to Hawaii from Florida is long. And so I wanted to be able to bring some fiction books with me on the plane, but without having to actually pack the books, you know, because that would be really expensive, really just not practical. It would make my luggage weigh a ton. So I was like, I'm going to try this e-reader thing. Like, this is the time to do it because it will actually be helpful for me in my life. So even though it's made by Amazon, Kindle's made by Amazon, if you didn't know, I didn't get mine on Amazon. I got it at Target because I decided that I wanted it the day before we left for our trip. So I didn't have time to wait for delivery. I was like, okay, going to Target, going to get what they have. The one thing that I will say, my Target only had one option, and it made it really easy to choose which Kindle I was getting because I only could get the one that they had, right? So the one that I ended up getting is called the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite 10th generation 2018 release. I got it in black. Obviously, it's all they had. And I got the one with special offers. Now, the special offers, it just means ads. So I actually paid to have them taken off. So now when you look at my Kindle when it's asleep, you see the book that I'm reading, which, girl, Verity, I just finished it last night. I stayed up late to finish it. I started it a day ago. I read it in a day. I'm not okay. I am not okay. Verity is such a twisted book. So anyway, this is not a video talking about my reading experience with Verity, so we can do that another time. But my Kindle shows the book that I'm currently reading on the home screen. So I did pay to do this, and at the end of the video, I will tell you how to do it in case you're interested. But you can buy a Kindle, I think, for like a little bit more without the ads. They call them special offers. They're ads. It's just like cheesy romance novel covers. And like, I'll put a picture of one here. I think I took a photo of one. And it's just like, I have nothing against cheesy romances. I love a good cheesy romance novel, but the covers are just not my vibe. So I wanted it off of my Kindle, you know? So at the end of this video, I'll teach you how to get the ads off, the special offers off, if that's something that you're interested in. But that is the Kindle that I got. Like I said, I got it from Target. It was $129.99. But I did get to use my 5% discount. I am a red card holder at Target. So just so you know, I didn't think the red card 5% would work on this, but it did. So pro tip for you there. So that is the Kindle make and model that I have. Now, I want to talk about some accessories that I have. I have two. It's not anything extreme, okay? Some of y'all on Instagram told me to put a pop socket on the back of my Kindle. Game changer, y'all. I am not kidding. This has elevated my reading experience so much. I just have a plain black one because I wanted it to blend in. It doesn't stand out. It's nothing crazy. But when I was on the plane, when I was on the beach in Hawaii, when I'm in my bathtub at home, I can just like hold my book up. Like, it's amazing. I think I love the Kindle as much as I do because of having the pop socket on the back. It's seriously, the Kindle with the pop socket saved me as a reader. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm not kidding, because prior to getting my Kindle, I hadn't read fiction in like 2 years. I was only on like professional development, spiritual development, business development type of books. So I just went through this period of time where I wasn't reading fiction. Now that I have, how rude. Now that I have the Kindle, I have been reading so much fiction again, and it's been really good for my mental health. So thank you, Kindle. Thank you, Pop Socket. So that is the first little accessory that I have for my Kindle. And the only other one that I have is this little case right here. It's magnetic, and it's just like a suede type material. I got it on Amazon. They have it in light blue, a beige color, and then a gray color. I don't know. I just wanted the pink since my Kindle is black. I was worried that it wouldn't slide down into the sleeve with the pop socket. I thought it would be like too wide this way, but it's not. It slides right in, and I will show you. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. See? Super simple, super cute. I am very rough with my Kindle. I did not have this little sleeve when I took it on vacation. I threw this in my luggage. I threw it in my beach bag. I don't have like a screen protector. I don't even know if they make them. I'm sure they do. Yeah, it was just floating around in my bags. But now that I know how much I actually love the Kindle, I'm wanting to preserve it and make it last as long as possible. So I decided to buy this little sleeve. I have it linked in my Amazon store. So those are the two accessories that I really enjoy using with my Kindle. Next up, I want to share with you guys the types of books that I'm reading on my Kindle and how I get them on there. So you can see that I have physical books. I'm not like against physical books now or anything. I didn't go like 180 to the other side. I really prefer to read fiction on the e-reader, the Kindle, and I like to read my personal development, spiritual development, and business development books hard copy. The reason for that is I like to annotate, underline, take notes, do all kinds of things in these kinds of books, like personal development. We'll just call them that so I don't have to say the whole list over and over and over again. So for personal development books, like I said, I just like to just kind of scribble them up because I go back to them as I'm doing new things in my business or something in my relationship with Christ is kind of growing and developing. I can go back to a spiritual development book and kind of go back to something that caught my eye, whatever. It's just I go back to personal development books often. With fiction, that's not really the case for me. I don't annotate, at least not right now. I don't take notes. I don't underline. I don't do anything. I just read to read. Now, there are certain books, like series, like Harry Potter, for example, that I go back and I reread often. So if it's a book that I read often, I'll buy the ebook, but if not, because I typically don't reread fiction. There are so many fiction books that I want to read that I just don't want to keep going back and reading the same ones over and over. You know what I mean? So I prefer to rent my fiction ebooks from the library. Now there are 3 apps that I use to do that. They are called, I'm gonna try to remember, Hoopla, Libby, and Overdrive. Overdrive is kind of an old one, but I use it as like a last resort. Now, here's the thing. Patience is not a gift of mine, okay? So with renting ebooks from the library, which it's totally free, all those apps are free. If you have a library card, renting books from the library is free, ebooks too. As long as you have the library card. The only bad thing is at least my library, you can only have them for 2 weeks and then they take them off your device unless you leave your device, your Kindle, on airplane mode. Pro tip. But the situation, if you're not patient with doing renting the ebooks from the library for your Kindle route, is a lot of the times really popular books, like books that are, you know, kind of being talked about on BookTube or Book Talk. I don't do TikTok right now, so I don't know all the things. But anyways, books that are like super big and popular because of social media, they're really dang hard to get from the library. Like I think I tried to rent the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo or something like that, or the 7 Lives of Evelyn Hugo. I don't remember what it's called, but that's a book that I really want to read. And I went to go rent it from the library. The wait time was like 22 weeks. And I was like, excuse me, I do not want to wait 22 weeks to read this book. Like, I want to read it now. So if the wait time, I'm telling you guys, I'm not patient. If it's more than a 3-week wait to get the book, I just buy the ebook on Amazon and send it to my Kindle. So that's kind of how I go about reading on my Kindle, is I will buy an ebook if I'm being really impatient, but I really do try to rent as many as I can from the library because number one, it's more cost effective. That's really the only perk, is that it's cost effective because it's free. That's pretty freaking cost effective, you know? Okay, so let me make sure that I'm hitting all my points here. Okay, I think the last step before I tell you guys how to get the ads off of your Kindle, if that's what you're interested in, is why I like the Kindle. So I have a few reasons why. I'm pretty sure you can tell from this video, I'm obsessed. Like, that's my review, is yes, get the Kindle. I love it. It has changed me as a reader. So the main reasons why I like the Kindle, it's so convenient. It is so lightweight. I don't remember if it's waterproof or water resistant, but either way, I can bring it to the pool, to the beach, take it in the bathtub, and I don't have to worry about like water getting on it. So that is really incredible. I live in Florida, so there's a lot of water in my life, okay? Rain even, but it is so convenient. The Kindle is so lightweight. It's so easy to just toss it in this little thing, and I bring it with me when I'm out running errands. So like when I go to the gym, if I get to my class a little bit early, I'll pull out my Kindle and I'll just read a little bit. Or if I'm, you know, at the grocery store and the line is really long or something, I really love that the Kindle app on my iPhone syncs up with my actual Kindle. So I'm able to read on both devices and not lose my page, if that makes sense. So I really love that. I really love the battery life on the Kindle. Y'all, I brought this, like I said, on our trip to Hawaii. I had it fully charged when we left. I did not charge it the entire trip, and I was on it for like at least an hour, sometimes 2 hours every single day, and we were there for like 11 days. And then on the plane, I read it for like 8 hours straight, and the battery was still alive. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So the battery life is so incredible. I have charged it once, and I think it's still at 50%. So battery life, no complaints. Like I said, I tried to use the Kindle app on my iPad in the past, and number one, the iPads are super heavy. Number two, the battery life is just nothing compared to this, and the screen is also very bright compared to this as well. So that is something else with the iPad too, because people ask me that on Instagram, why don't you just use your iPad as your e-reader? You already have it. Part of what I do for a living, if you don't know, I own a productivity company and I make and sell digital planners, and I do that on my iPad. So when I'm on my iPad, my work brain automatically turns on, where even if I'm just trying to read and not like actually work, it's just like I see the other apps like Procreate and GoodNotes, and I'm like, like I just go into work mode. I'm an Enneagram 3. It happens. The Kindle is like separate from work for me, and I can just fully get lost in a book. I don't get distracted by other apps. I don't get distracted by thinking about work. So that is another reason why I absolutely love the Kindle. So now to wrap up this video, I want to walk you through how to get those ads off the front. So I have mine set up, as you can see, to display the book that I'm currently reading, which I'm not even reading this anymore because I just finished it last night, but I feel like I have a book hangover and I needed a few hours to recollect myself from Verity before deciding what I wanted to read next. So I typed out the instructions for how to get the ads off. It's so simple. I'll say I paid 20 bucks to do it, but I have some friends who have hopped on chat with Amazon and they took the ads off for free. So if you want to try that, go ahead, but I just paid the $20 and just did it myself. So here's what you're going to do. When you're on your Amazon homepage, like you're logged into your account on a desktop, I'm giving you directions from a desktop. I'm sure you can do it from your phone. I just don't know how to do it. So you're going to go to the top right corner and hover over account and lists, and it's going to drop something down, and you're going to click on content and devices. Then from there, you're going to click on devices. Then you're going to open up the Kindle that you're wanting to remove the ads from. And then under the device summary, there's going to be a section called details. So you just turn off special offers. And then it's going to prompt you like, do you want to pay $20 to turn off the offers? And then you do yes or no. So that is how you get the ads off of your Kindle. And then I can explain really quickly how to, because then when you take the ads off, there's like just these, I don't know, kind of boring home screens, like letters, blocks, like, I don't know, it just didn't fit my vibe either. So I wanted my cover of my Kindle when it was sleeping to be the book that I'm reading. So if you need help doing that, I'll explain that really quickly because it took me a minute because I'm not super tech savvy. So what you're gonna do is click settings up at the very top, the little gear shift thing. So you click that and then you go to all settings here. From here, you go to device options. So click device options. And then the very top one, display cover. I don't think it's focusing. Hello. Rude. Okay, I think there it goes. You can see that I have it turned on right up here. So that is how you take the ads off and change your cover to whatever book you're reading. I know it's not really that big of a deal, but it really did make my reading experience just more enjoyable. So those are my overall thoughts and my kind of very casual review on the Kindle Paperwhite. I love mine. If you've been on the fence, I say go for it. It's really helped me get back into reading. And now I can't imagine what my life would be like if I wasn't reading a book every 3 days. Like I am just devouring books thanks to my Kindle. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it helped you make a decision on whether or not to grab yourself a Kindle. I'll see you guys in my next video. And until then, I hope you have the best day ever.